Morning. In today's climate, where farming has been modernized and made accessible to almost anybody in the world with cheap food, mass-produced vegetation, genetic engineered meals on your plate may not be healthy, but there shouldn't be starvation because food is so easily available. Yet, there are many people on this earth who are starving. And the simplistic reason for this, it's a very simplistic reason, I'm sure there are many other layers to this, is that the leaders of these nations are corrupt. Now, we have in Malaysia the ruling coalition. And one of the big component party of the ruling coalition is the party Islam Malaysia, which is the Islamic Party of Malaysia. And the president of this party has gone on record very recently to say that the Hudud law, which the party is trying to implement, which is the Muslim law, which is based on the Quran, the Hudud law doesn't recognize corruption as being wrong. So there's no law against corruption. And he explained that in corruption, it is between two parties. If both these parties are happy to give to the other and the other is happy to take, there's nothing wrong with that. He doesn't see anything wrong with corruption. That doesn't say very much about being forward thinking and being able to move on with the times, because corruption is a big thing. So some laws are archaic, they need to change, and the leaders of these parties, especially those in government, those are in politics who are leading the nation, have to understand that certain laws need to evolve over time. And that's what we're going to read about in the passage today. We are reading from the Gospel according to Mark chapter 7 verses 1 to 13. Jesus says, "You put aside the commandment of God to cling to human traditions." And he said to them, "How ingeniously you get around the commandment of God in order to preserve your own tradition. For Moses said, 'Do your duty to your father and mother, and anyone who curses father or mother must be put to death.' But you say, if a man says to his father or mother, 'Anything I have that I might have used to help you is korban, that is dedicated to God,' then he is forbidden from that moment to do anything for his father or mother. In this way you make God's word null and void for the sake of your tradition, which you have handed down. And you do many other things like this." The Gospel of the Lord. So, we are talking about politicians who are not able to move on with the times, to be able to adapt with the changes, with the modernization of the world as the world has come to be, and how we need to change with the times and understand what is good and what is bad and what really benefits the human soul, the humankind, and what doesn't. We can't fault politicians because some of the reasons they do that, like in particular the case I spoke to you, Abdul Hadi Awang, I think the reason he's doing it is because he is afraid to lose following. So they have their own motivations for saying what they said. I'm sure he knows that what he's suggesting is improper, but he has to do that to win the popular vote. But in our daily lives, is there something that we're holding on to? Are there traditions that we're holding on to that doesn't serve the human good in the long run? Let's think about it and see if we can drop off traditions that doesn't really help the human spirit. And that is my thought for this morning. Have a good day.